The image represents the essence of the paragraph by visualizing the struggle between temptation and spiritual growth. The man in the image is standing alone, symbolizing the personal nature of this battle. His contemplative stance, looking towards the sky, reflects the introspection and awareness of the divine aspect of his journey. In the background, shadows and dark clouds represent the overwhelming desires or temptations he faces, aligning with the mention of the desire becoming too overwhelming in the text. However, the beam of light shining down on him symbolizes God's grace, which is mentioned when the text talks about love, including grace and growing stronger through resisting temptation. This contrast between light and shadow illustrates the key message of the paragraph, that while the individual may slip up, there is grace and a higher purpose guiding him. The man's position between these forces captures the internal struggle, the fight to align his actions with love for himself, his body, and God, as emphasized in the text. By choosing this representation, the image ties directly into the themes of resilience, growth, and the journey toward aligning desires with spiritual purpose, echoing the journey described in the paragraph. This image illustrates the essence of the second paragraph by portraying a person climbing a steep mountain path. The path is rocky and filled with obstacles, symbolizing the temptations and distractions the person faces. This reflects the text's mention of building resilience and practicing self-control as a difficult but necessary part of spiritual growth. The wariness of the climber shows that this journey is not easy, paralleling the emotional and spiritual fatigue that can accompany moments of temptation. However, the sunlight bathing the summit ahead represents the victories mentioned in the text. Each step forward, each moment of self-control is a part of a greater journey towards spiritual growth. The climber's focus on the summit aligns with the message in the text that each moment of resistance contributes to something bigger, helping the individual move toward the person God calls them to be. The sunlight symbolizes divine guidance and grace, echoing the concept of small victories and the support of God in moments of struggle. In this image, the person standing before a mirror represents self-reflection and the connection between their physical self and spiritual growth. The divine presence reflected in the mirror symbolizes the alignment of one's desires with love for God and oneself, a core idea in the paragraph. The light emanating from the person's heart visually connects with the text's message of expressing love for the body as a temple and honoring it as part of one's spiritual journey. The faint shadows surrounding the mirror represent temptations and distractions, which are acknowledged but kept at a distance, aligning with the idea that these desires can be overcome by focusing on love and spiritual purpose. The serene atmosphere in the image captures the text's tone of grace and self-love, reminding us that even when we slip, grace is present and love continues to guide us back to our purpose. This portrayal ties into the paragraph's emphasis on recognizing one's body as a temple and aligning actions with love for oneself and God, underscoring the peace that comes from such alignment. This image encapsulates the core message of the fourth paragraph by focusing on the concept of love as both a guiding and protective force. The glowing heart, surrounded by a radiant aura, represents love for oneself, God, and the body, as the text mentions. The protective light surrounding the heart symbolizes grace, echoing the idea that love also includes grace, and that even in moments of weakness, this grace protects and guides us. The shadowy shapes around the heart represent the temptations and struggles that are present but distant, showing that while challenges exist, love and grace keep them from overtaking us. The divine figure above the heart reflects God's guidance, highlighting the text's message that this journey is about aligning one's desires and actions with love for God and oneself. The warm and peaceful atmosphere of the image mirrors the hopeful tone of the text, reinforcing that love and purpose are the guiding lights in the face of challenges. This connection between love, grace, and divine guidance emphasizes the idea that the battle is not just about control, but about nurturing a deeper connection with God. This image represents the fifth paragraph's message by illustrating a path that splits into two, one leading toward a glowing horizon and another into shadows. The person walking toward the glowing horizon symbolizes the renewed focus on love and purpose mentioned in the text, as they prepare to refocus your mind on that love and purpose. The shadows along the other path represent past temptations and struggles, acknowledging that they are present but no longer the focus. The glowing horizon ahead symbolizes hope, spiritual growth, and the future the person is building through their commitment to love for God and themselves. The serene, peaceful landscape reflects the calm determination and reflection that comes from realizing that each step forward, no matter how small, is part of the spiritual journey. This ties into the text's theme of focusing on love as a guiding force and recognizing that the fight is part of a larger journey toward becoming the person God calls one to be. This image portrays the essence of the sixth paragraph by illustrating a person standing at the edge of a cliff, gazing out at a sunrise over the ocean. The sunrise represents hope, new beginnings, and the renewal of purpose, aligning with the paragraph's message of refocusing on love and the journey ahead. The vastness of the ocean reflects the immense spiritual journey the individual is undertaking, while the golden light of the sunrise symbolizes divine guidance and victories, no matter how small, as mentioned in the text. The person's open posture, with arms slightly raised, represents the openness to grace, a core theme in the paragraph, where grace and love continue to guide the fight. The peaceful and empowering atmosphere of the image mirrors the paragraph's tone, reminding us that despite challenges, each victory contributes to spiritual growth and moving closer to the person God calls us to be. The light on the horizon reflects the guidance of love, which leads the individual through struggles toward a brighter, more purposeful future.